Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Namaste. I, Dr. Janmava Savda, would like to welcome you all to Jyotirmay Parisar's Chaitanya Studio from Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University English Department. We are currently going ahead with the series of drama, wherein we have seen characteristics, form, its development, and we are on the verge of completing its history. In history section, by now we have seen ages of drama and its upliftment or its development, or the kind of changes that drama as a form had. By now, we have seen in prior lectures that how drama changed. The shift, cultural shifts, a political shift, religious and regional shifts. Shifts according to the writers and the changes that were along with, right? So, we have completed Romantic Age then, and now we will be beginning with Victorian Age. So, let's begin. Victorian Age was the age of Industrial Revolution too. Dear learners, please pay attention that every societal change, every fragment that a society observes will be reflected in any age. So, more or less, rather than comedy, in Romantic Age, as you have seen, the movement was going back to nature, to keep it simple and to go back to villages. That means you will have to get back to the natural surroundings and the aspects, where Wordsworth and Coleridge and Shelley, these people were writing in different forms. In contrast to that, Victorian Age saw massive reproduction in industrial revolution and materialistic development. So the tragedy was returned more. Very few attained to real distinction, where the conscious efforts of reviving poetical drama was made. Tragedies carries great warmth and energy. You see there will be some writers also who are there, part of odd man out kind of a box, where they are only and only working on a targeted genre, right? Then comedy was neglected wholly. Entirely, there was no prominent work, as you can see, is done in comedy. Tragedy was experimented. Tragedy had its own charm, and tragedy had its own development. Dramatic monologue was popular by Ulysses, Tithonus, and Browning's host of monologues. There was a wide range amongst the striking details. Now, as and when we are saying this, what is a dramatic monologue? Where a person is talking to the audience or the self, and then they are discussing in between, but some will not be a part of it. So this method was to take some character and make him reveal the innermost self in his own words, where audience is aware, where some of the other characters are aware that the person is going through this, but it is not revealed on stage properly, right? So this kind of devices were used. And now we come to modern English drama. From 1845 to 1945, it is on an average a span of 100 years, which we consider as modern English drama. Now, while as you have seen that most of the phrases I have not divided by age, because any age will have predecessors and the post followers too. So if I try to keep it compartmentalizing as an idea, or if I try to keep it in a airtight container, it is not going to be possible. So you'll have to remember that every age will have some characteristics prior to. The beginning will not be out of nowhere and sudden. People will see the characteristics prior and then it will come in front. So first period is where G.B. Shaw and Glassworthy, which constitutes the category of social drama. G.B. Shaw, further discussion also will come in. He used to write, he was an Irish man, and he used to write a different kind of drama. His Pygmalion, Arms and the Men had revolutionary and social revoking ideas. Like, say for example, if Pygmalion is there, so a phonetics teacher teaches a flower girl how to speak, what to do, what not to do. And so from a rustic lady to a refined lady that the professor makes. This is how that entire drama is based on. So that's the Pygmalion. If I talk about Arms and the Men, so Arms and the Men also considers the same kinds of things, where the canonical idea of to go on war, and when we say war, we will say that arms and ammunitions will be used. It will be chivalry that takes place. But here, G.B. Shaw portrays a kind of hero who is a chocolate cream soldier. Instead of arms and ammunitions, he filled his cartridges with the chocolates, pockets with the chocolates. And he was making fun, he was mocking at all those people who are fighting with real chivalry and things, because anti-war kind of idea or the ideology that he wanted to set was of a different tone. It wasn't that he was anti-national, of course, but the idea that he wanted to set on was altogether different. So you'll have to see that the first period where these people are writing was more or less society oriented or a social drama modeled on the plays of Ibsen. Second comprises the plays of Irish movement, contributed some like Yeats. You'll have to go ahead with the Irish movement, how Irish movement worked, who were there as major playwrights and contributors, and you can work on that. So, and the third portion of this entire modern age drama was where Christopher Fry and T.S. Eliot, these people were writing. This phase saw rise in poetic drama inspired by Jacobeans and Elizabethans. You will see this is a connotative thing, that you will see that after one age or the other, you will constantly feel that nostalgia of the prior ages that has been done already. Even in current times, we say that, oh, 60s songs were nice, or 90s songs were nice, or 2000 songs were nice, sitting in 2025. So, even in these things too, the same thing applies. You'll have to pay attention that while we are currently talking about modern drama, those dramatists used to consider Elizabethan drama or Jacobean dramas, or at times they would go back to real ancient times. And they would say that, okay, this was the ideal model, or it was way better than the current situation, right? So you'll have to pay attention on what modern drama is and how it is characterized. Realism, plays of ideas, and the third is Irish moment. We will see one by one. Realism in modern drama. What is realism? It was the most significant feature in this drama. Modern age was keen to capture realistic picture of life, including social problems. There were times where we were not discussing social problems openly. Like, say for example, there is a poet, William Blake. Of course, I am dealing with drama currently, so I should not be discussing poetry. But just to refer, um, William Blake has written two kinds of poetry. One is Songs of Innocence, and the other is Songs of Experience, where he talks about orphans. He talks about the social structure that has given poverty, and the dust that is coming through because of the chimney. Uh, Young kids are sent to clean the chimney, and that is why they are termed as chimney sweepers. So, prior to Victorian age, we have not seen such social issues in front. There are two differences in between two. One is, it is because that Queen Victoria, while she gained her throne, she emphasized on materialistic development, industrial revolution, and that is the time where machinery was in bloom. So naturally, prior to that, it was not that prominent. And the second was that poets, dramatists, writers were more focused, concerned about the society rather than anything else, like, say, for example, religion or anything. So, modern age was keen to capture the realistic picture of social life. Henry Ibsen was the chief exponent of realistic drama. While you are watching a drama, you won't feel like, okay, you are living in the kingships. Currently, all those Gujarati people will see that urban Gujarati cinema is in trend. Why do we like that kind of cinema compared to the other types of Gujarati movies that used to come? Because now we think that it is more lifelike. It is more realistic. Nobody wears entire time gagro and choli, right? So dramatists wrote problem plays dealing with problems of marriage, justice, law, administration, and strike between capitalism and plays of ideas. What is plays of ideas? Plays written during this period were more of ideas having less action, while dramatists wanted to bring reform in the society, right? So they used to play as mediums to convey their ideas. Now we have two terms in literature: art for art's sake and art for life's sake. So Victorian dramatists believed that art for life's sake is more important in this way because it should be realistic. While you are working on something, while any idea you are generating, it shouldn't be out of nowhere, or it should keep or feel realistic, right? So use scripts, themes, characters from existing plays, and you can use then other artifacts or setup or poetry or music just to add on your influence. There are two major plays that I can say it is a problem play or a real good example of realism. First is Heartbreak House. Again, it's a play by George Bernard Shaw that uses social commentary and philosophical dialogue to critique the society. It explores the nature of existence and the importance of ideas. The second one I already discussed prior, some minutes back, of Pygmalion. What is a Pygmalion? Pygmalion is another play by G.B. Shaw that explores class distinction and identity. It tells the story of a phonetic professor that transforms a flower-selling girl to a refined lady. We will go ahead with the Irish movement and the further modes of literature and age in upcoming class. So till then, take care. Happy learning.